What is going on, everybody? It is Craig, and do I have an interesting selection for you, as you can see from the thumbnail. And I guess I also have a confession, because as I think about my readings and how I do it, a lot of times people like, "Are you nuts? You gave that or this? You gave this or that?" As we always talk about, it is highly subjective, because I don't rate a movie with a micro budget on the same scale I would rate a movie that has, 50 million in it. So to me, a micro budget movie that kills it is going to get a 10, even though it might really be, in the grand scheme of things, 5 at best. So that's how we work. So sometimes that happens. I know I was talking with someone on the comments who disagreed with Behave. Like, they even said, save yourself time, it sucks, don't watch it. But if you paid attention to my video, I did say that. Like, I think I'm going to give it a 6. I don't think it deserves a 6, but, the aspects of it were good, so And that's definitely what we have here now, too. This movie is not actually a sequel to Night of the Creeps. It's one of those shenanigans or chicanery where they put the title on the foreign release and all that. I was looking into Night of the Creeps too. Apparently, it had a chance at one point, but it all seems but dead now. But it does. It definitely has the Night of the Creeps, some of the Night of the Creeps vibes. You have the characters, who don't take things too seriously, I suppose, which is needed. But then you also have some of them that can be badasses at moments. And there's just some random funniness. Like the one guy gets the slug up his ass as he's on the toilet, and he's just walking around like pantless, for a little bit before he gets killed. Now they don't show anything. It's not like one of those. You don't have to worry. If so, you're like, oh, what about the kitties? Yada yada. But it is fun. It has that vibe, and the zombies in it, when it's possessed like that, are very much in the vibe of Night of the Creeps. Not all of them, but Night of the Creeps is my favorite movie from the 80s. My favorite horror movie from the 80s for sure. And it's on my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. So I saw this. I was both skeptical, but I was also intrigued. And what I got was a movie that was done in 2007 that, if I didn't tell you it was done in 2007, you would think it was done in the 80s, because it matches that 80s motif. I'm trying to think. I don't think I saw a cell phone yanked out. They might have been filming it intentionally to match that time period. And this movie has a character that has an arc like I've never seen before. I'm not going to spoil it for you, because I know technically in 2007 you probably would have seen it, but it's not a movie you probably seek out to see unless someone tells you. If you like the Night of the Creeps vibe, if you like the 80s vibe, this definitely has it. There's even stuff in there that reminds me of other movies, which, like the ice cream truck, for example. You can connect that truck going around with several different movies. Like whether it's Killer Clowns from Outer Space, or, I don't remember if it was an ice cream truck or not, but you also had a similar drive around in the truck in one of the Return of the Living Dead movies. It was fun. There's a character in this movie, I'll tell you his name. His name's Randy. You're not going to like the guy when you meet him. The guy is super douchey. And you're watching initially thinking, oh, it's going to be one of those characters. Like, you probably can't wait to see him get off. He's probably going to cost somebody their life, yada yada. I've never seen a character have an arc change, transforming the way he did. Which tells me they didn't mean to do him so douchey in the beginning. They just came off that way. But this movie, again, it is everything you want in a movie you haven't seen from the 80s that just happened to be made in 2007. Don't get me wrong, I'm not giving it a 10 or anything like that, even with me explaining my scoring system, which some of you might say, oh my god, how could this be? I'm going to give this movie a solid 5.5. I really am. And I know objectively, if you compare it to other movies, it's definitely not that. But if you look at movies through the same lens I do, you'll watch and you'll probably get the same vibe. But again, I am a huge mark for Night of the Living Dead, so anything even remotely tangential to that, I'm going to dig. That is, like I said, I'd love to meet Tom Atkins one day at a con. Not that I don't have a bunch of, I have him on the Fargo. I'm a Tom Atkins mark. Like, Tom Atkins is sort of like, I mark for him the way people mark for Bruce Campbell, except I also like Bruce Campbell too, but just something about Tom Atkins in the movies he's in. But movie number 85, folks. There's only 15 left, and there's at least 5 or 6 new ones coming out that I'm planning to put in this. So I don't know. Should I slow down and only do 100? You know, for the dozen and dozens of you that pay attention to this, or should I just keep going and see where we wind up? Because I imagine I'll be, I don't know, at the 100 at least, you know, mid-November, you know, if not sooner, because October is a big horror month. But anyway, thanks for checking my video. It's highly appreciated. I'd go back and watch the last few. There might be some stuff going on. I don't know. Can't say. But, you know, who knows. Till next time, folks. Peace.